Hi guys, it's Andre from Novoresume. Today I'm here to talk to you about what your next steps should be after getting fired or laid off work, including how to use the experience to your benefit and how to start your new job hunt. So let's get started.
Career Advice by Novoresume.
Losing your job is tough, but it doesn't have to be the end of the world. While getting fired can really stink, what really matters is that you bounce back like a pro. Sure, it sucks, but will you let this demotivate you and throw you off your game? Or will you use it as an excuse to find a better and more suitable role? No one gets to decide this but you. The first thing you need to do is to process the situation and take the bad news with dignity.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently.
Regardless of whether your dismissal was the result of company downsizing or you underperforming, everything will be okay. Getting laid off or fired doesn't mean you're a failure. Some of the most successful people we can think of have been fired before. The list includes Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, Walt Disney, and many others. So don't be too harsh on yourself, take a day to relax, do something you enjoy, and get over that initial anxiety. From there on, it's time to devise a plan that will get you back on track. In this video, we're going to guide you through the process. Step number 1, reflect. Before you jump right back into the job search, you should reflect and decide on where you want to go from here. Asking yourself questions like, what did I enjoy about my job? Or what would I have changed about my role? Can help you decide on your strategy. If you loved your last job and simply lost it because of downsizing, you already have your answer there. If you got fired though, then you should think about why that happened and turn the entire thing into a lesson learned. Were you just not a good fit for the company? Did you lack a certain skill? Whatever the case might be, you should take active steps to improve your weakness so that you don't end up in a similar position in the future. Step number 2, take a small break. If you want to take it a bit chill between jobs, that's totally okay. The period in between work can be a great time for relaxing, unwinding, and recovering from burnout. As long as you don't overdo it, that is. Sometimes you start enjoying your life and before you know it, it's month number 3 of unemployment and you still haven't touched your resume.
What year is it?
Set yourself a deadline for when you're going to get started with your job search and stick to it. Step number 3, update your resume. Before you get started with a job search, you need to give your old resume a serious upgrade. First things first, make sure you add your old job in your work experience section. Then, update your responsibilities and achievements for the role. Add a time frame, scale, and results wherever you can. If you want your resume to really stand out, make sure you quantify your past achievements as much as possible. Instead of saying something boring like responsible for outbound sales at company X, say something like this: handle outbound sales at Peer Inc., sending over 2,000 emails per month and generating $100,000 in sales. The example on the left is boring. You worked as a salesman and you did sales. Wow. The example on the right, on the other hand, is a lot more specific. It includes the exact tasks you carried out and the results you drove. And finally, go over your other sections and add any new skills or certificates you acquired during your last job and during the time you're unemployed. If you've worked on freelance or volunteer projects, make sure to include those experiences too. In case you're wondering whether or not you should include the fact that you were fired or laid off on your resume, the answer is no. You don't need to highlight that in your resume. However, you need to be prepared to talk about it. 99% chance, the interviewer will ask you why you left your previous role. I'll explain how to answer that interview question in a bit. It's time for step 4, start applying. Now that your resume is on point, it's time to start applying for jobs. Your first stop should be the popular job boards. They're a great place to see what positions are in high demand, and you can easily pick out some listings that you can apply to. To do this as effectively as possible, set a KPI on the number of jobs you want to apply for every day so that you don't slack off. One of the biggest mistakes I hear newbie job seekers make is simply not applying for enough jobs. I just can't seem to get an interview. Well, how many jobs did you apply in the past month? 3?
3 or 4 times, maybe. I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Well, that's your problem. A good goal to aim is around 5 to 10, maybe even more if you're extra determined. Another great way to look for jobs is through networking. Go on LinkedIn and make a post that you're looking for a new role in your field. If you have any specific companies in mind that you really want to work for, you can look up their company profile on LinkedIn and see if you know anyone working there. If so, Don't hesitate to reach out and ask for a referral. Keep applying for 5+ relevant jobs every day, and I promise that you'll be getting invited to interviews very soon. Speaking of interviews, there's a 99% chance you'll be asked, why did you leave your last job? So it's pretty important that you prepare a good answer. Now, the reason why you were let go really determines how you should answer this question. If you were let go due to some external circumstances, like downsizing, merger, or anything like that, you simply give that as an answer. Say something like this: I was let go because of the downsizing in the company. Because of the pandemic, the organization took a big hit in the revenue, so they had to let go part of the advertising department. Now, if you were fired due to poor performance or behavior, worry not. There is a way to answer this question without getting instantly disqualified for saying, I was fired. Don't just say, oh, I was let go, and make a sad face. Own up to it. Explain the exact reasons you were let go and how you used that as a major learning experience and worked on yourself so you don't end up in a similar situation. So you can answer something like this: when I was applying for my last coding job, I thought it was going to be a more junior position, but as it turns out, they were really looking for someone with more experience. I gave the job my best, but unfortunately, that just wasn't enough. I didn't get a lot of mentorship and supervision, ended up underperforming, and was let go, which is what led me to apply for a junior role at your company. Admitting your failure and showing a willingness to learn from them is a great way to show the recruiter that you're reliable, honest, and mature. And that's a wrap. Hopefully by now, you feel more confident and ready to conquer the next steps in your career. And remember, any setback, it's only temporary when you handle the situation with professionalism and a positive attitude. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more career advice. Good luck with your job hunting.
Career Advice by Novoresume.
Nice.